Hi, my name is Jacob Livesay. I am in the Calculus 1 class. My ID is right here if you needed it. I don't know if you did, you didn't say yeah, 2 or not. So for 34, for my explanation for 34 and 35. So question 34 starts with, some airlines have restrictions on the size of item of luggage that passengers are allowed to take with them. Suppose that one has a rule that the sum of length, width, and height of any piece of luggage must be at least or equal to 360 centimeters. A passenger wants to take a box of the maximum allowable volume. If the height is to be twice the width, what should the maximum dimensions be? So from the question, you get length plus width plus height is less than or equal to 360. And that's useful information. And then so is h equals 2w. I found that pretty useful. And you also get that the maximum volume is the maximum dimension, I don't know, it says volume, equals 360. So you can do 360 equals length plus width plus height. I can change it for 2w. That's why I said it's useful. And then you get 360 equals length plus 3 width. And then I set it equal to L, so, or isolated L, I guess. So you subtracted L, I subtracted 360 and just divided it by 1, just to do it all at once. I didn't think I was gonna get confused by it, and luckily I didn't. You can actually get the length with the number for length. So you can do length equals 360 minus 3w, and then you just solve it. And so you can set it equal to 360 divided by 3. W equals 120, or length equals 120. And then you can use the length 360 minus 3w to set it into the volume formula. And so then you get volume equals 360 minus 3w times w times 2w, because you already know that height equals 2w. And then you get volume equals 360 minus 3w times 2w squared, or squared. And then you equal that, and you can do or you multiply 360 minus 3w times 2w squared, and you get 720w squared minus 6w cubed. And then, yeah, so then we're going to go over here. Then we're going to put that into the dv over dw equals 0, because we're trying to find the maximum volume now. And then we know that dw, or dv over dw, it can be substituted as d times 720 w squared minus w cubed, 6w cubed, sorry. Tired. And then we can, we already know, I'm not going to keep putting that the whole time. And that equals, what does that say? TW, 2 times 720 times, or W minus 3 times 6W cubed. And then equals 1440W minus 18W squared. And then we can find the width from that. Can you see it still? Yes. And then you can just take out 18 from 1440 and the 18w squared. I'm missing a w right there. Perfect. And then you can take out 18w, and then you set 18w to 0, and you can set 80 minus w to 0. And then you can get w equals 0 by solving that, and you just know that's not correct, so you can just cancel that. Or you get w equals 80, and that's what I use because you actually need something for the width and not 0. And then h equals 2w, substitute, or 2 width, I guess. Then you can substitute the 80 for the width, then 2 times 80 equals 160. So then we have our width times height and the length. And that was answer B, I believe, yeah. And then ignore the bottom. Oh my god. Just set up on a tripod. Perfect. And 35, what do we quickly before you fall? It was just asking what is the maximum allowable volume, and then just put into a calculator. It's pretty easy. 120 times 80 times 160 is 1,536,000 centimeters cubed, because they're all centimeters. And that was answer A. Thank you.